So I get quite a few people saying to me, Uncle Spurt, I desperately need a tablet that I can throw at my bag kids, just keep them quiet for a few hours when we're in the car or whatever, stop them from doing my nutting. But because I've said bag kids, I also have no money, so I need something that's as cheap as possible. Well, I recently reviewed the Honor Pad V9, which is pretty solid value for money at just 299 quid. But Xiaomi have just spaffed out an even more budget-friendly option, the Redmi Pad 2, which starts from just £169. And they're also running a special early bird promo, which will shave even more cash off that price. And this reasonably dinky 11-inch tablet boasts some pretty decent specs. You can get gaming on it, streaming video, whatever you fancy, and it'll all look rather lovely on that impressively sharp display. And it also comes in a 4G flavour if you want to stay connected wherever you bugger off to. So let's have a good hard squint at the Redmi Pad 2 budget tablet. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So the model that I've been reviewing is the Redmi Pad 2 4G, slightly more expensive than the base version at 219 quid. Although that SIM support is pretty much the only difference between the regular model and the 4G model. Almost the only difference, more on that in a sec. And this tablet certainly feels like it was built for kids and for travel. It's a bit more compact than most of the other tablets I've tested in 2025 at just 11 inches. Slightly smaller and lighter than last year's Redmi Pad Pro. As you can see, they're reasonably skinny and pretty light at just 519 grams as well. So easy enough for wee ones to clutch while they're watching a bit of Bluey or Paw Patrol. You've got slender, symmetrical bezels surrounding that screen. Ooh, got a bit of alliteration. But no worries if your thumbs happen to stray onto that display because it's smart enough to just ignore it basically. And while the regular Redmi Pad 2 apparently comes rocking a metal frame, this here 4G model makes do with a plastic finish instead. Presumably because of the antenna, so they're left unhindered. And then you've got yourself a two-tone placky back, fairly straightforward, simple, but smart enough design. But as you can see there, only the slightest of camera bumps, which means it passes the jiggle test with flying colours. Now you can grab this Xiaomi tablet in a choice of two colours, mint green or graphite grey. As you can see, Xiaomi sent me the grey one. They must think I really like grey because I choose to live in the UK. And the Redmi Pad 2 isn't water resistant, but it feels reasonably rugged, like it'll put up with quite a lot of punishment. So again, good news for handing off to kids or if you're just a bit of a butterfingers. Now one slight annoyance with the Redmi Pad 2 is there's no built-in fingerprint sensor in the power button or anything, but thankfully there is at least face unlock so you can bypass the PIN/password shenanigans. And this seems rather dependable, even in quite dodgy light, and it rarely fails. Occasionally it takes a few seconds to recognize you if you're sat in a completely dark room or whatever, but just kind of move it around a little bit. Eventually it'll twig. And then once you're in, it's a good bit of HyperOS version 2 slapped on top of Android 15, so at least it's up to date. Although I believe that because this is a budget-friendly tablet, Xiaomi is only offering a couple of OS upgrades and 3 years of security patching with it. So not awful for, again, a cheapy tablet, but don't expect it to be supported for the long haul. And of course, HyperOS can be a wee bit quirky at times, shall we say. It's not the easiest to get on with. Even customizing it can be a bit of a pain in the arse. For instance, there's no way of easily chucking on your own wallpaper in the wallpaper settings. It's just the defaults. I had to actually bugger about with Google Photos to get this anime wallpaper extravaganza on the go. But you've got a variety of different lock screens you can choose between. No sign of any kind of always on display though, unless I missed that option. But I was pleased to see that Xiaomi hasn't crammed much crapware onto the Redmi Pad 2. It's literally just a few of its own apps stuffed on there. So there's bugger all booking.com or LinkedIn or even Facebook. Hallelujah. And for the storage, well, if you buy the base option, you get 128 gigs of the stuff, but you can upgrade to 256 gigs. And that is actually expandable via micro SD memory card as well. You can stuff cards up to 2 terabytes in size in that second SIM slot. And if you buy the regular Redmi Pad 2, the non-4G model, you should still have that micro SD support, just of course not the SIM support. Sadly, however, bugger all support for eSIMs on the 4G model, which would have been quite handy, especially when traveling. And as the name heavily implies, sod all support for 5G networks. It is 4G all of the way. And personally, I gotta say, with a budget dinky tablet like this, I'm not really bothered about having SIM support. I'd rather just hotspot off of my phone if I do need internet connectivity. So I would just go with the regular Redmi Pad 2, and then you can use the cash you would have spent on the 4G model to upgrade to the highest storage and 8 gigs of RAM. And of course, you've got a couple of bonus obligatory accessories, including a smart cover. This just squeezes in like so. And then if you close this up, it not only protects the display, it also hibernates the tablet. And of course, you can also fold this up behind the tablet like so as a handy stand. And yes, you've got full support for the Redmi stylus pen as well, again, sold separately. You can use this to poke and prod and scroll and scribble. You can even use it to take screenshots if you want. And they can sketch out a masterpiece. Not bad if I do say so myself. I have to sell that one. Bit of NFT action. You got a wee bit of customization hidden away in the settings there. And there's no keyboard cover accessory offered with the Redmi Pad 2 at launch, which again, I guess goes to show Xiaomi is expecting this tablet to be mostly used just for, consuming content or banging at your kids for a good bit of peace and quiet. And speaking of which, one of the absolute highlights of the Redmi Pad 2 tablet is that 11-inch LCD display. Yes, it is just LCD, as you'd probably expect at a more budget-friendly price, not full-on OLED. The contrast actually isn't too bad at all for an LCD, not quite as gorgeously eye-pleasing as you would get from an OLED display, but reasonably dark blacks. They're not just a murky grey, thankfully. Although yes, as you would expect, bugger all HDR support in streaming services like Netflix. The resolution is a pleasingly crispy 2560 by 1600. It's especially good if you are browsing your photo collection or editing pictures on the fly. Lots of fine detail packed in there. And the brightness maxes out at around 600 nits. It's just about bright enough to clearly see what is going on outdoors, as long as you don't literally have the sun beaming off that shiny screen. And of course, you are going to struggle to see what's happening if you're watching a more murky scene in a movie or a telly show. There is a reading mode, so your eyes can relax if you are staring at this screen for a long time, and the refresh rate maxes out at 90 Hz. And the Redmi Pad 2 also boasts a quad speaker setup, which is pretty impressively loud for a budget 11-inch tablet. I mean, don't go in expecting a proper surround sound effect for your action flicks or anything like that, but it's not bad at all. Clarity stays pretty strong even when you max out that volume. And great news, the Bluetooth streaming's been absolutely fine. We do also have a headphone jack slapped on that right edge, full support for high-res audio, so you can enjoy a proper, posh, finely detailed audio experience. And Xiaomi has also slapped a pretty basic 5-megapixel front-facing camera on that top bezel on the front end of the Redmi Pad 2, which is, it's fine for doing a bit of video chatting with your nan. The audio pickup's okay. Obviously, the image quality, not amazing, but, it is clearly me. I don't just look like a pink blob. And you've also got an 8-megapixel rear camera as well for whatever reason. I guess, again, if you hand this to your sprog, they can go off and make a documentary about the cat or whatever. And the brains of the operation here is the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultra. All 6 sexy NMs of it, and no, there's nothing particularly ultra about it. It's the same number of cores, same GPU, etc. But I'll tell you what, this does a pretty good job of just everyday running here on the Redmi Pad 2. As you can see, you can side by side with a couple of apps at once. Everything loads up, reasonably nipply, etc. However, what I would say is my review model of the Redmi Pad 2 has 8 gigs of RAM stuffed inside, whereas the base model has just 4 gigs. And I would imagine things would be a little bit more lethargic with that base 4 gig model. So if this isn't just a tablet for your kid to bugger about on Netflix on, I would say upgrade to the 8 gig model if you can. And yeah, don't expect to be running Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves on this thing either, but optimized games like Call of Duty, PubG, stuff like that ran absolutely fine. In fact, on Call of Duty, I boosted up the graphics to the higher settings and it still ran with a nice stable frame rate. No overheating wars or anything, as you would expect. I actually played Call of Duty on this thing just using the touchscreen controls. I didn't even bother hooking up a gamepad or anything. And not only did I win a few games, I actually got MVP on one of them. And that's not me boasting or anything. I'm just genuinely surprised that the gaming experience was good enough on this thing that I actually managed to not just run around staring at the ceiling on my own feet the entire time. And despite being a relatively compact tablet, Xiaomi has also managed to stuff a 9,000 mAh capacity battery into there. So the battery life has been absolutely fantastic. I generally have only had to charge it every other day, and that's with quite a lot of screen on time. Certainly if you're just streaming a bit of Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, it'll keep you going for well over 10 hours. So you'll happily survive a long haul plane journey or whatever else. Although the charging speed's rather slow. I believe it's 18-watt wired charging, so don't forget to bung it in to charge at least a couple of hours before you're about to sod off somewhere, just to make sure you don't run out of juice. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the fresh new Redmi Pad 2 budget tablet from Xiaomi. One of the cheapest, most affordable tabs I've tested out in 2025, and certainly if you are looking for something to just chuck at your kids to keep them entertained on the go, highly recommend it. Although personally, I wouldn't get the 4G model. I'd use that cash to upgrade to the 8 gigs of RAM and the extra storage as well. Well, that's what I reckon. Anyway, it'd be great to hear your thoughts on the Redmi Pad 2 down in the comments below. Please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. And have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everyone. Love you.